Hello, today we're going to be doing LeetCode's problem count elements with maximum frequency, which is number 3005. This problem states you are given an array nums consisting of positive integers. Return the total frequencies of elements in nums such that those elements all have the maximum frequency. The frequency of an element is the number of occurrences of that element in the array. So in the first example, your input array is 1, 2, 2, 3, 1, 4. The output is 4. Why is this? Because the number 2 occurs 2 times and the number 1 occurs 2 times for a total occurrence of 4. The second example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the output is 5 because all 5 of those numbers appear once. Okay, to do this problem, we're basically just going to create a hash map and iterate through that. Integer to store the number and the count. We'll call it map and we'll instantiate it. All right, now we're just going to loop through the numbers in nums. So we're going to put the numbers inside of map, but we're going to do something a little different. So we're going to put the number in there, but we're going to do a map.get or default. And what this is going to do is it's going to find the number, and if it exists, it's going to return the count, or if it doesn't exist, it's going to return 0. So either way, we want it to return a number, whether it's nothing or 10. And then we're just going to add 1 to it. So this will put the count of numbers into map. So we've got everything in the hash map. Now we just need to find the frequency. So we're going to do a count of 0. And then we're going to compare the values we find with the min values. So we just make this the min value, so it can't possibly be lower than, when you're comparing it, it can't possibly be lower than the min value. So now we're just going to find the frequencies. Call it fric, and we want to go through all the values in map. All right. So max frequency. This is, we're just trying to find the max frequency at this point. So it's going to be the max of the current max frequency. Keep doing a G instead of Q. The max of frequency and the current value of frequency. So when this loop is entirely done, you will have whatever the max frequency is, whether it's 2, 4, doesn't matter, it'll just be the maximum frequency. So now we need to get a count of those max frequencies. So we're going to loop through it again. Same thing, map values. Alright, so if the frequency equals the max frequency, so in the first example we had the number 1 had 2 occurrences and the number 2 also had 2 occurrences. So we're going to grab both of those values in this case. The frequency is 2 and that equals the max frequency, so that will give us the total count. Count plus equals max frequency. At the end we just need to return the count. Okay, the one mistake I made is I capitalized values, and that should be lowercase. Other than that, we run it, and it is accepted, case 1 and case 2. So if we debug this, we're going to use the first example they gave us. So nums is 1, 2, 2, 3, 1, 4. So we're just going to loop through and put the numbers in map. So you see the map is now, has the number 1 with an occurrence of 1. Now we have put the 2 in with an occurrence of 1. Now we see we have 2 with an occurrence of 2. 3, we put another 1 in, which has occurrence of 2 here. And finally, we're going to put in the 4 with an occurrence of 1. Alright, so now we go down to the second for loop here, and we're going to find the max frequency. So the first value it grabbed was the 1, and the frequency is 2, which is greater than the current max frequency, which is in min value. So it put a 2 into max frequency. And it's going to do the same thing with the number 2. So now we just iterate through here. Now it's doing the 3, which it doesn't, only has 1 occurrence, and the 4 as well. So now we have our max frequency of 2. So now we just need to get a count of all the numbers with max frequency. So frequency equals 2, max frequency, so we're going to add that to the count. The count is now 2. Frequency is 2 again for the number 2. I'm going to add that to the count. Now we go through the 3 and the 4, which have a count of 1, so they don't get added, and then return the count, which is 4. The time complexity of this is O of n. The only way it's going to take longer is if the input is larger, and same with space complexity. More space only if the input is larger. And that's it. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.